Opidio wafiatte gabaabaateen beektu that's the donkey party itti waafiata. Amaanuuf itti waafiata ati itti fe'attee beektaa?
Yeah, I mean, yes, duratti bari harreetti fedhanna ture. Gaafa mana barumsaa deemnu harree irratti waan barbaannu fedhannee baagii keenya irra kaawwannee mana barumsaa deemna ture.
Turgamaari nu jalaa fudhatee harree ta'e waan itti fe'annu dhabne amaarumatu itti fe'ata. Dubbii Oromoo, man. We're live, my friend. Hundee torbaan daawwattoota Dubbii Oromoo akkam nagaa bakka jirtan maraa nageenya isinirraa jiraatu. Kun akkuma beektan qopheessaa keessan kalaakan Oromoo, irbaata Oromoo, ciree Oromoo kadiinaa hin kennine yeroo cufaayyuu laaqan Oromoo kan Oromootti jedhee kambaa dubbiitti dubbanna ka jedhu as jiru the Oromoo Republican, your debater, hadda. Like you can see, I have Hundee Torban, another Republican. Say hi to our community, my friend, and the international community too, that we're going to tell them about diplomacy.
All right. Hi, everybody. This is Hunde Torban. I'm a new customer for Achejiru.
Yeah,
so we're going to talk about the
new guest.
Diplomacy, and we'll also talk about ethnic cleansing in the Horn of Africa. And to touch a few things about the letter that the Horn of Africa Genocide Watch wrote to the United Nations. That is very critical because the pattern of massacre that we observed in the Horn of Africa is clearly genocidal because you can tell the pattern. They never fight with the armed OLA. Oromo Liberation Army, but they just kill innocent people like children, women, elderly people who cannot run away. So that is by logic. I mean, there is a definition of United Nations how they define genocide. If you are targeting individuals who are helpless and who are not armed, that is just clearly genocide. So it is not one, it's not two, it's not three, it is maybe more than 10 massacres that we observed in Oromia is targeting people who are helpless, who are not armed, like Karayu. We have seen in the Midolo, we have recently saw in Agamsa, Amuru, so many places in Oromia. They killed innocent children and women who cannot run away. So that is the definition of genocide. And therefore, the Horn of Africa Genocide Watch wrote a letter to United Nations, and that was sent to State Department as well, and European Union Commission. Because those terrorist group who are behind this genocide are primarily Fano Amara and militia, but they were funded by the state government. Abiy was funding them. The Amhara regional government were training those terrorists and sending to the border part of Oromia and killing innocent children. And that has to be clear for the international community because, you know, their strategy is unbelievable because they kill the Oromos and they cry for Amara. There was no Amara killed during Agamsa massacre, for example. We have the list of individuals who were dead and who were displaced and injured during this tragic massacre. But the Amaras, especially the Fano supporters in US and Europe, they are blaming the victims themselves. That is immoral, actually, because they kill and blame the victims themselves. That is a very unique strategy of the terrorists in the Horn of Africa. And we are trying to make sure that the international community understand how they are implementing this genocidal war against the Oromo people. So that is just briefly what the content of the letter is, Ajeju. I can't hear you, Ajay. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm muting my mic while you were talking.
Okay.
So the Fano terrorist group, for those people who don't know about Ethiopia's current war, the Fano terrorist group, they're armed by the Ethiopian government.
Yes. You remember, right? You remember Shimalis Abdisa gave them like, I don't know, $100 million birr or something like that. They were funding them in different ways. Yes, Abiy gave them gun, and they are also stealing from the Ethiopian Defense Force.
Right.
And Abiy himself spoke about that. They are taking the gun from the National Defense Force, and they are arming themselves in different ways. And Orthodox Church, they are collecting money, around Washington, D.C., and in several places around the world in the name of the church and in the name of like the victims like Wandimu, who was killed by the Fano themselves. They were raising fund to give money for the terrorist group. And the other day I hear that there are hundreds of Fano who were trained around Finfinne. They have the training station around Bole Bulbula, and that was you saw that information.
I saw the video. So
Yes,
what's going on in Ethiopia is this: that Abiy doesn't have enough soldiers.
Right.
So he's arming the Amhara Fano militias, who Ethiopia benefits the most, to help him fight Oromos and Tigray. And he's also paying whatever aid he's getting from the West. He's transferring it to Eritrea because Eritrea is fighting Abiy's war. And one thing about Eritrea and Fano is that they don't want to die.
That's true. That's true.
They don't want to go to the battles and really fight the war.
Right.
So they're telling him, like, we will do hit and runs and we will hold on to the territory for you. So when it comes to Abiy going on offensive, he doesn't have soldiers to go offensive for him.
That's true.
So he uses the drones.
The drones, exactly.
So in this process, that's why in today's diplomacy, we want to tell, particularly international community that is giving Abiy these drones, because we know Abiy, there's no factories, they can't produce any of these weapons. And as far as we know, the Ethiopian economy is crashed. Ethiopia is poor.
That's true.
In poverty. So there is no money Abiy can go buy these drones and the drone bullets that cost $1 million a piece.
That's true.
So why is international community expecting us to be in peace in a system where the minority is going to rule? So for a strategic policy in the region to work, the West needs to start having a meaningful relationship with Oromia.
Exactly.
If they don't have meaningful relationship with Oromia,
there will be no solution.
Yeah, since Ethiopia created, a minority's been ruling, and since Ethiopia created, there was never peace.
The vicious cycle will continue exactly the same way, maybe worse. Yeah.
Maybe worse. And now that the international community keep on playing the Tigarus, they shouldn't be playing the poor Tigarus.
Yeah.
Look what they're doing to the poor Tigarus.
Yep.
What is this?
That is amazing, actually. On one side there is negotiation, on the other side the innocent people are dying.
Right.
And they are bombarding them in their homes, and so many bad things are happening. But there is a fake negotiation going on, which will never make any difference at all.
this is straight up a fake negotiation because
Right.
the international community is twisting the Tigaru's arm. They're twisting the Tigray's arm to give up and come to a meeting spot.
Right. It's just fun, man. It is a joke, you know.
And the Tigaros know, and the Tigaros know. When the meeting ends, they're the first one to run out of the meeting because, Abiy is going to bomb the exact meeting spot.
Right. Right.
Whenever
You know.
the Kenyan guy, bro, look, move this way a little bit. Move this way for the screen so they can see you fully.
All right.
Check this out.
Yeah.
Absanjo or something, the Nigerian guy, right?
Right.
They send the Nigerian guy to Magale, and the guy leaves after having a meeting. His plane takes off. 20 minutes later, that building gets bombed.
Okay.
This happened like 6 months, 4 months, 6 months ago. And then the
Yeah.
Kenyan guy comes. He has meeting with the Tigray folks. He leaves. The place gets bombed. And just the other day,
Yeah.
they forcing their international community from the back. So they're twisting the Tigray's arm. They want the Tigray
Yeah.
to give up.
Yeah. That's
But the
unfortunate.
Tigray said, okay, just give us our land. You know,
Mm,
instead we stay on our little region and let
yeah.
Abiy stay on his region, and we'll come to the peace process.
Right.
And then
Right.
suddenly the meeting ends, and Abiy drops another drone,
Yep. Yep.
and he
Well,
dropped
I
it on
mean,
children too.
right. What I think is, I'm sure TDF understand how they are planning to just attack them, and I'm sure they have their own objectives here.
Yeah.
They know, they
Get their
understand
way
why.
or prolong the war. If the war gets prolonged, Ethiopia will dismantle, and that's the dream of Oromos. God is looking out for us too.
Right, right. And I'm happy about the fact that they didn't even invite Ola, because it's already a fake negotiation, which
Yeah,
will never
God is
which
looking
will never.
out, man. God is looking out for the Oromos, man. The free, the good people. God always looks out for them.
Right, right. So some people they are complaining that Ola is not invited, but why the hell they are wasting their time for a fake negotiation, which does
Right,
not have any fundamental truth at all?
right,
It's just for the sake of negotiating, because while bombarding innocent people,
right,
how come you negotiate with the leaders? That
right.
is not. Yeah. But Oromos should just keep supporting their Ola,
For sure.
because they don't have any other option here. They don't
Right,
have any. There is no alternative for the Oromos, and uh, any kind of negotiation with fake uh, uh, political prostitutes will never make a difference in the Horn of Africa.
for sure.
Uh, yeah.
This happened to the Oromos, but the Tigarus are smart, man. There is one or two things the Oromo leaders can learn from the Tigarus. So
Right.
when
Right.
Abiy calls you to a peaceful process meeting, what do? You reject it. You turn down. You will get assassinated. You go to that dirty meeting.
Right.
You better turn down. You better turn down Abiy's dirty negotiation meetings. They're fake negotiation meeting. This
Right.
guy was a TPLF man. This guy was one of the TPLF's top committee members. So
Right.
there's nothing peaceful about this guy. There is nothing integrity about this guy.
Yeah.
So this guy is reading the book of Lenin and the book of Stalin and the book of Hitler, and he's trying to be politically wit and assassinate
Right.
everybody
Right.
that competes with him. With him.
Exactly.
So, so there you go. If you're OFC, he already put you in jail. So if you're OFC, you go to Abiy's meeting, they're probably just gonna tie your hands to your back, and they're probably just gonna toss you in jail. Let the time
Right.
run out, and then they're gonna let you out of jail when the time runs out. But if you are our Oromo nationalist leaders, if you are one of our Oromo Republican leaders, do not go to Abiy's meetings without insurance, man.
No, no,
Yeah,
that doesn't work.
yeah, we're
That
not gonna
doesn't work
do
for
that.
any Oromo. That doesn't work for any Oromo who's
No,
just looking for the solution for the people and
right.
save the lives of his people. Can never stand the fake negotiation.
We cannot be
Uh,
free Oromo political prisoners anymore either. That doesn't work. None of them get freed.
no, no, that's bullshit.
If they get freed, you know the mind is gone, just like the way they did it to Jawar. Now Jawar is nothing but save Ethiopia.
Right. He thinks that he's gonna save Ethiopia, but if he's kind of just um, trying to participate in like election, they're gonna put him in jail. They know
100%.
that they can do it. So
For sure, for sure. So, Mr. Hunde, how can foreign policy in the region work then?
well, as you said, if the US, especially, if they are really honest to make some change in the Horn of Africa, they have to talk with the Oromo people
Right,
because the mess the mess was started because the Oromos didn't like the terrorism and they didn't like the marginal systemic and um structural uh, marginalization against the Oromo people, and
right,
therefore they are fighting for their right. So they will never
100%,
stop until they get their freedom, and
100%.
therefore even if they make some change with these people, with this group like TPLF and Abiy, it will never make any difference. The Oromos will keep fighting, and uh,
100%.
I know Abiy was planning to eliminate OLF, but he can
That
never
didn't work.
eliminate. Yeah,
That
but
didn't work.
it doesn't work, and they said um, in order to eliminate OLA, we have to eliminate the Oromo people. That means they are planning to eliminate
Nah,
45 to 60 million Oromos. It will
forget
never.
forget Abiy who scratches his belly every day from his own hunger. Unless USAID sends some grains to him, Abiy can't feed himself. Forget him.
Right,
Even Hitler could not kill more than 6 million.
exactly. So it
So
just uh, as long as they go bad and very aggressive against the Oromo people, Ola is getting stronger, and more Oromos are joining the fight,
right,
and more people are helping Ola. And therefore, what they are doing is actually making the Ola and the Oromo fight more stronger, okay, just to be determined to have their own nation,
hundred
to
percent.
liberate Oromia and the Oromo people. And that will happen. Clearly, you can see how we have seen the uh, evolving, okay, momentum. Oromos, more Keros joining the fight. So many international diplomats observed that fact. For
Right.
example, the U.S. senator spoke about Kero joining Ola
Oh yeah.
because they expected freedom after Abiy, but they couldn't see any, and their option is just to join Ola and fight for their freedom. That is the nature of human being. If I push you, yes, you push me back, right? So
Right.
that is what is happening in Oromia, and that will never happen. That will never stop until the Oromos will have equality and freedom like any other, because they have the big nation Oromia, and they have a very good resource. By the way, there is a man-made famine going on in Oromia, but Oromia should never be hungry at all. Um, the,
No,
there
never.
is a huge resource in Oromia, but there are looters who are taking away. That's the problem. Okay, so
Speaking of there is plenty of meals in Oromia, man. Our people should not be starving. It's because of that the war will never gonna stop unless
Right.
we win this war against Ethiopia all the time. You know, we won it against Ethiopia. Every single battle we won against Ethiopia. As soon as we win, here comes the West. The West
Right.
taking away our W, man. The West needs
That's
to
true.
stop taking away our W. Here is plenty of meal in Oromia, plenty of food. We're not
Plenty of
starving
food.
people. We're
Exactly.
not poor people. You know,
Right. Right.
it's feed somebody else's children on CNN. It was never feed Oromo children.
Right. You know what Fano is doing? Whenever they are hungry, need some food, they come and loot just the Oromo people. And that,
They said we have enough gas to cross over the border.
right, you know, they don't want to fight Ola. They have no plan to just fight directly with Ola. So what they do, they have the Afan Oromo speaking Fano who are in Oromia, and they talk about, they get the information about where Ola is operating. And whenever Ola is away from that border, and they come and kill children, that's what they do.
Right.
And they loot everything. They take the live animals, they take grain, food, everything.
Right.
So that's what they do.
That's crazy. Now, is it just the straight up natural resources, the interest of the West? Is it just that it's so much about the natural resources that they're not really interested in the real solution? Because they know they have more technology than us. They're watching us more than we watch ourselves.
Right.
So why do they
he-
really
he-
enjoy, you think, this pissing off these two nations and making them fight each other? Do they really sit back and enjoy that like it's a movie?
Well, I mean, it's not their problem, you know, and therefore it will never be serious when they talk about the issue of Ethiopia. They can say for the sake of saying, but they are not looking for the real solution, you know. If they are looking for the real solution, the center of this negotiation and the game should be the Oromo people.
Exactly.
Because
And they know
Ethiopia
it
is
very
just
well.
right. And if you look at Finfinne, it's just in the center of Oromia. Unless the Oromo people are peaceful, the Horn of Africa will never be peaceful. So the problem is here, they are talking about something else, and therefore there will be no solution. Okay?
For sure.
Yeah. If somebody is interested to see some difference, some change,
Right.
they would start the game with the Oromo people.
For sure. And Doctor, we said we're gonna do a 30-minute segment today. We only got 6.5 minutes left.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
So the last question I want to ask you in Afan Oromo.
Okay.
Tunwan ichiti garaa kenna keessaati. So walitti haasofna jechu tuni. Tuni
Yes.
anaamsi vershanii nu baafatanii jiran anaamsi. Girrisaan kanee nuun jedha amma nuuf girrisaan almost garee tokko baran. We're almost the same team. PP ndiina kenna, you know what I mean? Like.
Right. Girrisaan immoo harka rukutaa fi PP'f. So they are in the same category.
Girrisaan is like a stepbrother, man. Abbaan kennuu tokko ta'e malee ati lama taateerta dhansan. But okay, Girrisaa PP'n akkana nuun jedhannu. Namuu nama sobuu hin danda'u. Lola kana qabemaan deemnee lolannee haa mo'annu jennaa miinu.
Yeah.
Girrisaan Faati ammoo
Lolan barbaadu nama lolu itti cabsaa.
Yeah. Amaarallee sobnee, faranjiillee sobnee, piipiillee sobnee, oolaallee sobnee, TDFillee sobnee, mootummaa sobnee 4 kiiloo keessa yoo teenneen booda Jara dudda garagallee Oromoo dalannaa nuun jedhan.
Akkas jedhan sirriidha. Garuu amma kanaa booda, do you think they're gonna succeed? Akkas jedhanii Oromoo sobanii.
Yoo yuun jedhan barre faanoo jalaa dhossaa yookaan TDF jalaa dhossaa yookaan USSD permanentii jalaa dhossaa yookaan PP jalaa dhossuu jiraatii miti bara. Nu jalaa dhossu jiran.
Yeah.
Because Westii jalaa akkamit dhossitu telefoon sarvisiisii kennan bilbila kan kee mara warreetti hidhatee caqasu jiru. Itoophiyaa keessa illee gaseente amma safaariikaamii nama dhufe malee. Itoophiyaa miniitii itti hidhatanii Itoophiyaa miniitiin jara cufa caqasuu turan.
Sirriidha akkas gochaa.
Nu saba Oromoo nu jalaa dhossu jiran malee yoo waan dalaguuf deemu nama tokkottuu hin himnu. Mootummaa Itoophiyaa fudhannee yookaan hin booda diina keenya garagallee Oromoo dalana ka jedhee nuun jettu kan Abiyyi bara fakkeenuma Abiyyi irraa iyyuu fudhatuu hin danda'ani.
Exactly.
So telefoona jaraa intarneetii jaraa mara ka kennaafii jiru diina Oromooti. Kanaafuu nama tokko jalaa sun dhossin qulqullumatti ifatti mo'atuu qabna. Wanni nama jalaa dhossaniitti mo'atan wayituu hin jiru.
Injiru waa tokkoyyuu. But the good thing, amma bari warri girrisaa xiqqaataniiru bari. Most people hubachaa jiru warri saba isaaniif quuqama qaban, warri fira qaban, firri isaanii miidhamee argan jalaa baaniiru ammas. Just everybody is waiting for Ola now.
100%.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, warra somnee bilisoomna jedhu saniin sobdeen hidhamin jedhiin.
Sobaniitii hidhamu jetteetu that was real actually. Yennaa isaanii gara ugaatti deemanii manii agashanii achi keessa tursuu edda filannoon ume immoo gadi baasaniitu ergatu. So that is how they function.
Gamni kennallee bardhiiroo ideolojimatu uumaa rabbi uumeen deemu jira malee gamni kenna bar natural order of thinking kan waliin deema. Gamni kenna naturally dha gamni kenna more. Gamni kenna immoo gamni warra libroo kun qomni kun walqixaa miti. Qomni kunniin walqixa ta'uu qabaa jedha libroon bar. Bakkuma kana osoo rabbi osoo walqixa hin godhin uumee miti. Jarri ammoo dhuftee qophiin kunniin walqixa godhuu qabnaa jette.
That never happens.
Republican dhufee qomni kun gabaabaan illee martinuu haa socho'u yoo inni socho'uu dadhabe sarjarii godha akka inni socho'uu danda'u yookaan hojiin ala ta'a jedha malee Republicaaniin quba kana dheeressin jedhu dhufee akka mirga kanaatiin walqixa argatu.
That's what I'm saying. They are trying something that would never happen, Quba kana walqixxeessuu hin dandeenyu miti. Exactly the same thing. Hundumayyuu toora gashitee wal fakkeessuu hin dandeessu. Garuu fakkeenyaaf makafaa oofaa yoo fudhatte warra World Congress maal jedhan kana gaafa ilaaltu what is the purpose of these guys jechisiisa mitiire. Because you don't see any purpose behind their party or whatever they are talking about. Duuba isaa homti tokko hin jiru bare. It is impossible. Qawween qabdu taanaan namni mirga keessi eegu hin jiru. Uummata kee ajjeesuu namni dhiisu hin jiru. Sisaamuu namni dhiisu hin jiru. So ultimately yeroo Oromoo gubuu malee jarri kuni they will never bring any difference.
100%. Amma gama kennallee jabaatuuf waltootuu qabnaa mitiire.
Waltootuu qabnaa and it has to be uniform ta'uu barbaachisaa.
Oromoon miliyoona 60tu jira miti dhiiroo. Miliyoonni 10 PP.
10 qofatteetu PP.
No 10 biran taru dhiiroo. Sanuu
Girrisaa baay'ee jira bari.
Sanuu warra dhiiga 50% qabu cufayyuu donation ma kenneef right away gaafii tokko malee.
Okay, miliyoona 10 PP.
Miliyoona 50tu nuwaaf.
Girrisaa meeqa?
Girrisaa miliyoona 20 dhiiroo. Nuwarri Jaalmaaroo miliyoona 30 misila. Nu amma miliyoona 29,998 jira. Namni lamaa misii ta'ee jira.
Ishee eenyu taaguutu?
Nama lamaa bakkuma jarri buutee dhabne odaa tarbiitiif najaatiin.
Oh, okay.
Yaa warra dippiloomasii oolaa daaspooraa keessatti dalagee waliin nu qabeetiin walgeettii gugurdaa waamee Rippaabilikaan Paartii akka nu duubaa kanneen fa'aa dhiyeessee Oromoon haa bilisoomtu deeggartanii jedhaniini dippiloomasii dalaguu qabani. Odaa tarbiitii fi najaatiin eessatti awwaalan daaspooraa keessatti.
Ani gaaffiin qaba waa'ee isaanii kana. Waan itti kennameeru kuni waan guddaadha. Garuu, did these guys understood their job description? Hojii isaanii every day.
Ati sanii miti kana dhibe eessa jirani? Eessa? Where the fuck are they?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Sorry,
24 hours. You know, hojii akkasii, look at Getachew Radda kamitti akka inni hojjetu. 24 hours. You can find him somewhere. Yookiin Twitter irra jira, yookiin televizyinii irra jira, yookiin iddoo tokkotti hojjetaa jira. But warran keenya, uummanni keenya miliyoona 60 garuu warri hojiin itti kennamee hojii isaanii, hojiin koo kana jedhanii nutti himanni, they are not there. Why?
Kun sanuu bakka internet servisiin hin jirre jira. Internet servisiin deeminaan isin dee'ee.
Oh, internet servisiin qabanidha.
No. Jarri hin qabani. Inni daaspooraa jirti.
Okay.
Ati internet servisiin qabne.
Anaaf sii kaane binnaaf ka.
An hojii jaraatiyyuu miti kana jaabsisiise. Eessa jiran? Where are they? Nafseenuu jiranii?
Probably bosona Oromiyaa keessa jiru ta'a.
No. As jirani. As Ameerikaa
keessa. Hojiin achi jira bari. Hojiin achi jira. Inni asii arrabuma isaa dubbata malee hojiitti hin jiru. Hojiin Oromiyaa keessa jira. Kanaaf most like bosona Oromiyaa keessa jiru jechaadha. Lafa internet servisiin hin jirre.
Hi, Jalmaro got some restructure to do. He needs to start hiring and firing.
Yeah.
Jalmaro gadeeru namalle asii kaanee kanaa ijaarra jenne namni kanaa you know. Osoo liidariin jiru liidarii biraan ijaaran dhiiroo.
That's true.
Daawud ibsaa akkamitti waggaa 20 nu harkaa gube si fakkaate. Liidarii irra liidarii biraan ijaaran dhiiroo lolatu ka'a.
Sirrii.
So kanaafuu baasa najaatii fi odaa torbii bakka jirritti dhokattee baasa.
Probably Jalmarroon human resources isa jijjiiruu isa barbaachisa.
100% jijjiiruu qaba dhiiroo.
Otoon isa ta'ee beektaa overnight hin jijjiira nama hojii hin hojjenne overnight. Hojii siin kennaa hojii keen hojjettu taanaan overnight you will be displaced with somebody.
Right. Overnight you're out.
Yeah. Hojii uummataa hojjettaa.
Yoo si ari'anillee positionii akkana kanniin yoo si ari'an bar deemtee hojii mootummaa biraan daladdu. Hojii citizenii taata malee akka maaliif bultumee akka.
Lakki. Ambaasaaddarii taata bar.
Mucaa akka odaa bultumee maali bultumeeti? Organii bittilgindoome maqaan isaana jalaa bade.
Caalaa bultumee.
Yeah, akkas ta'uu dandeettu dhiiroo oboon itti dhiisuun qabu namni waan akkasii godhu.
Yeah.
Private citizenii taata malee achi baatee mootummaa biraa seenteetiin quba waraana kennan qabuu hin dandeettu.
Yeah, hin dandeessu. Advisory taata probably.
Yeah, something. Batussanii obbo Hundee Torbaan galatoom dhufuu kan keetii fi hojii gaariitti jirtanii kana sitti fufaa.
My pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Hojii sanitti fufaa galatoomsiin jenna yeroo feete deebii kun dubbii Oromooti. Oromoo TVdha. Freely haasofnaa waa'ee saba keenyaa osoo hin boo'in irraa haasa'uu qabna maachi bara dheeraadhaaf emotionalidhaan siyaasaa waan nuti taphataniif maachi emotional hin taanu ofirraa deebifnaa. Akkas galatoomsiin jedha hawaasa keenyaan naga jedhi kaa.
Tole galatoomi nagaan bulii ulfaadhaa warri shoo kana ilaaltan ilaalaa galgala isinitti deebinee isin bashannansiifna. Aceen bashannana jaallata. Garuu bashannana keessa immoo ergaa isiniif darbullee ilaalaa dhaggeeffadhaa fudhadhaa. Galatooma.
Warri missing persons. We have 2 missing persons from the Oromo Nationalist Party, Najat and Oda Torbi. If you guys see those people, email Oromo Republican.
Let us know.
Let us know where they are. We're worried about them.
Yeah.
Nagam. Peace.
Nagat.